Do you have a long line? Even the I always hate this one. They will say you must, you know, and then the next one, because you know what I used to do. Sometimes I have this topic. I send to a few, 2 or 3, just to get feedbacks. But you can try. Library quarterly. So this was used by. I said Dr. Anthony for the, it was just after A-Lib we had this workshop. Okay. Choosing the right journal. Remember I told you? Because this is very crucial. Don't write the paper and then decide where to send. You look at what, then you look at their requirement, then you write the paper. Okay? Where you are going to submit your paper is very important. You should have in mind from the start. Although actually, to be very frank, most of these journals in the same area, they're quite identical. So that's why I say I can send to 2 or 3. But then only the referencings are different. That's why I hate them. You know, you need to change the referencing. But now you have a lot of software to do it. But actually I hate using software as well. So you ask yourself the topics of this journal, what do they specialize in? There are journals that they don't really specify, but you know, they have a list of topics. And then you look at this one, which popular the articles published. They have 1 author, 2 authors, 3 authors. There are some journals, you know, they like many authors. Yes, they like many authors, 3, 4, 5. I have seen the paper with 20 authors, especially in the engineering field.
But in Thailand, you know, in Thailand we have the problem for supporting our faculty members, you know, if they would like to propose, as you know, the difference in Thailand, it is the nationwide system.
Yeah.
It's not professor or of the university, of the country. So if they submit the paper, you know, they have to, they cannot have more order because it will be count only 50% at least.
Oh yeah. For promotion, yes.
For promotion,
okay, yeah. Even like for my university,
okay.
actually now being deputy dean, I got into this committee of promotion. I hate that job. You know, you have to look at the things and then first author, I think 3 points. Second author 2 points and the rest only 1 point.
Yeah. But if less than 50%, you cannot submit.
Yeah, no point.
Yeah, no point. You
Ah.
cannot.
If you
it's
just
so
to
be co-researcher and you have 40%, you cannot use this research work to be. We debate about this, but because they try to. I agree that they would like to have more authors. So,
Yeah.
and also interdisciplinary. But the rules for promotion is different.
I see, yeah, okay.
That's the problem.
I have seen, because I've attended a few on how to publish workshop, and I found that, you know, when they use examples from engineering, there are many authors.
Yeah.
I said, really? Did anybody say something in that paper? But actually, what they do in this, I found in these many authors, they do common work, you know, and they just compare. In fact, like Professor Chutima or any of the lecturer or Dr. Namtip, she can publish with me, just do a comparative study between, you know, Thailand and Malaysia and just publish it, yeah. My colleagues have done that with authors from Australia.
Yeah. I would like to inform you one more information that if our two university, you know, have MOU, we can have joint research between our faculty member.
Yeah, of course.
I'm the committee of the research, committee of university. But you do it in your part of your country, and I will research. We have the same topic, but different situation. And the university will support us to visit you, and also you come to visit us, and we write a paper and then present this. Yeah.
Yes, and then we can send to Australia Library Journal.
Okay.
So they cannot tell me it's too Malaysian. I was like laughing to myself when they said that.
And also, if you can also be peer reviewer of the thesis of mine.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
If it's in the area that you interest.
Yeah, but are you writing in Thai or?
Maybe just I mean in the paper research
The people,
article,
yes,
research
yeah.
article, research article.
Okay. And you must understand who are these editors. Professor Tsuchima asked me, actually, we do it for free, like for SLIP.
Yeah.
It sounds very huge, but actually, Prof. Tsuchima, we don't get paid. Only our name is there.
I never get paid from outside, but
Yeah,
just
no
in
pay.
the country.
The only thing like when you do for ELIP, we give you free registration. You know, something like that. Conference, they give you free registration. For us, we give.
Oh, you in Thailand?
In Malaysia, yeah.
Oh, the same in Thailand.
Yeah.
How much you get? Sorry.
Actually, if they are not reviewed, they have to pay 1,000 ringgit.
How
But
much
they 1,000 is 10,000 baht.
Huh?
10,000 baht.
Per article?
No. ELIP, when we did ELIP, we have the review committee.
Okay.
So reviewer, they can come to conference for free. No need to
I
pay
see,
fees.
I see, okay.
Ah.
Oh, I reviewer.
Because Professor Makiko wrote to us, they got tsunami, they got no money to pay. Prof. Zaga tell me, Sharif, how shall we give her? Yeah, we provide her free accommodation. Shall we help her? I said, what? This is a strange case, lah, Dr. Zarina. Well, okay, I guess so. Since we can understand, situation happen, because we know Japanese are rich. I said.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, usually they are rich. Yeah. So why do we do like you say? It's just a professional thing we do. Professional thing. We want to advance in our career. We do it. You see, very nice to see reviewer. I had one candidate for associate professor. He was a reviewer for so many conferences. Reviewer. Yeah. So we just do it out of our own time, we don't get paid,
Yeah.
So sometimes they like give you free, they send you you can subscribe a printed journal, they send you for free, and those kind of things. But hardly now people pay honorarium, hardly. And it is actually a big headache. The last review I did was for ELIP. So I was very late in giving the review because I said if I finish quick, you send me some more papers. She said, "Oh, smart." I said, "Yeah, I'm smart. Now I have to do so much work." I said, "So I have to be smart." I said. But there's some people that did more than 6, because we had only 30 reviewers and there were so many papers. So each paper had to be reviewed by 2 people. Yeah.
According to your country, how many people peer review? You have 2. But you can, what happened if the 2 have different idea?
Okay. Even in conferences, my experience, I just in conferences we have 2. Even the one that I sent, for example, the one that I sent to UK, usually at least one will have to agree yes. It must be only one. One. Like for example, the one that I got from UK, the first one was both agreed, no problem. The only thing he asked me to add something. There's another one. They told me that number 1 said yes, number 2 have reservation because there's no. So I just put the thing in, and they said yes. And like some conferences, like information seeking in context, I've sent once. My reviewer was. The head of the team was Professor Tom Wilson. He reviewed, he sent to me, he said, accepted a short paper, not long paper, short paper. At that time I was still doing my PhD, my professor said no need to go short paper. I said I'm just happy that Tom T.D. Wilson accept my paper, that's more important than, going not, So it was very important for me. Because we have to read a lot, editors. So sometimes we want good papers. Sometimes when I get a nice paper, I'm so happy. And you just do the correction. And we found that some authors did not change anything. Then we had to send again. We do fine. So of course, peer review, quality assurance. That's why in universities for promotion, we only accept peer review papers. Okay. How the process works, I think we just usually blind, what 2 people to read, and then, but of course the chair makes the call. The chair makes the call. Okay, but usually, this is what I said, only one has to say yes, then the chair can decide. If both said no, the chair cannot say yes. If both said no and the chair still accept, that's what we call abuse. Well, usually who does this reviewing and why? In case of this paper, because this is Anthony Alden's slide, it states that first the editor reads it and then send it to another 1 or 2 referee. And usually the referee can be members of the editorial advisory board. Okay. So refereeing is usually not paid again. And why do you want to do it? Because you like it.
Yes, honor system.
Yeah, it's an honor actually.
Yeah, it's honor.
So the answer can be accepted with revision requested, rejection or recommendation to submit the paper to another journal. If accepted with revision, do you have to accept? No. If you don't like the comment, you don't have to send to that journal. That's what I do also.
Yeah.
I curse the person, he doesn't hear. So I make correction and I send to another place. It's fine. And this is the library quarterly. It's the same thing. Okay. So like library quarterly, they accept papers on almost anything on library and information. On bibliometrics, books and library history, censorship, so many things. Okay, one more thing that I wanted to advise you is that, like for example, I'm working on an article because one of my master students did a study on award-winning titles in Malaysian award-winning titles and their availability and usage in libraries, in the Malaysian public libraries. So when he writes for a local journal, he doesn't need to explain so much about Malaysia. But if he wants to send it overseas, you must have talking about Malaysian literature and all this, because the readers are international and they would like to know, from a different, you need to provide more information. And writing for proceedings and writing for journals are different. That's why you need to see the guideline. Okay. For example, the literature review part for conference proceedings, usually you don't have to be, long, because you are there to discuss. But then, in a journal, usually you do need, some referencing, some literature there. Although you have your email there for communication or whatsoever. So that's why they have things like, information for authors. Okay. But now never mind spelling, it's Chicago, it's American, so it's American spelling, library quarterly. So how to submit manuscript, the subject scope, what you need to know as authors, how you do your table, and all this. It's actually hard work. Okay. Fortunately, I have research assistants. So sometimes I ask them, okay, you follow this table, so man, okay, they are master student looking for 1,200 a month. The university pay them. So we give them some work to know. And they learn actually. Like my references, I ask them to check, double check the spelling and all this, because it's quite embarrassing, you if you get a review saying that, you wrongly spelled the, author's name. Not good. Okay, this was for the same article. I just wanted to show you that this two-person wrote an article on publication productivity in Malaysia, and was published in the year 2007, December. At that time, they only have 2 issues. At that time, it was a printed issue. Once they went online, it is now 3 per year. So look, the active Malaysian authors between 1965 to 2005. Okay, so she is number 1. Zainab Awanga, A.N. Zainab. She goes under the name of A.N. Zainab. Very small lady. Some people said she is not friendly. Actually, it's true. That's what I thought first at the beginning. But after staying with her for years, she has a very good heart. A very noisy mouth, but a very good heart. You see, but because somebody got her as when they got her as the internet examiner, they want to faint. They said, "Oh God, we are going to fail."
Is she a professor or?
She's a professor. Okay. She was formerly a librarian. Okay. She has worked in the University of Singapore. Then she moved to the University of Malaya, and then they found that she writes well. And then when the UM opened the department, they asked her to join the department. She writes well. When she was in the library, she was in charge of the publication. And then these are what she called cohort 1, the first group, cohort 2. And these people like Donald Vijayasuriya, the late Shah Banun, Mariam Kadir, Said Salim. This was Lim Hakti, the Monash librarian. I think so, Lim Hakti. After that was Lim Chi Hong. There's 2 Lim Hakti, after that Lim Chi Hong. Both migrated to Monash after they retired from USM. He was the first one to go. Then Lim Chi Hong replaced him. Okay. So these people, why they publish a lot in proceedings and in papers? Because they are heading the libraries in Malaysia. They're heading the libraries. That's what I said. Even Mrs. Koo, my good friend, Mrs. Koo Sumun, who retired twice, worked in a Muslim Malaya library, retired 55, went into Sunway Monash, retired again at 65. I retired twice already. She drives a Proton. I said, why, Mrs. Koo, you got so much money, you can drive a BM. No, I can drop dead anytime, so I don't need an expensive car. I better spend my money, she said. I go around the world. She goes around the world. When I meet her, where have you come back from? She is always somewhere. And these then some became lecturers like Ding Chu Ming. He was formerly a librarian, then he became a lecturer, and now still lecturing on contract because he has retired. Raja Abdullah Yaakob is in my faculty, also retired, but used to be a librarian, and also Datuk Dr. Zaitun Osman was a librarian, still a librarian, consultant librarian. Zawiyah Babar, who was a former Director General of the National Library, and now teaching in one of the universities after she retired. Ahmad Bakri, also former librarian. Ezan was a former librarian, became a lecturer, went back to being a librarian. Okay. She is with the University of Malaya. So actually the librarian there in University of Malaya is a professor's post. She applied and she got the job because it will be very difficult to get professorship in University of Malaya. So she knows that. So she got her professorship the other way around by going back into the library seat. Can be done. Oli Muhammad was a former lecturer. These are all librarians. These are mostly the senior people, right? And you see Rashida Begum. I think some of you know Rashida Begum. And you see my name on cohort 3, the younger side, started. But this was the data until 2005. So, I had 8, which is being indexed, and a lot of these people are librarians, and like in her paper, there are people that have 5, they have 4, and there are many those, like 309 of them having only 1. They only wrote once in their life, which happened in a lot of countries. Like even from those with thesis, you must publish. And then they only produced that one and they went back to their normal life. Okay? So you can choose where you want to be. Which one? And these are the production, according to the universities. So she did bibliographic studies actually. By the most published is of course Perpustakaan Negara, the National Library of Malaysia. We don't like them also, we have to invite. I'm so sorry, it's political. You have to invite. That's why that day when we had to invite the Director General to speak at ALIP, then I asked the participants, what do you get from the paper? We didn't understand it, but we had to invite, politically speaking, the National Librarian. I mean, just like, I don't know, what about Thailand? Do you do that?
Yes, we try.
We try. You try? Yeah, it's auspicious to go and invite them. Sometimes we call them to come for the opening, or like the Director General post in Malaysia is quite a high position. It's like a Professor A. Professor, you start C, B, A. So it's like but there are some of our Director Generals, the previous one, who actually can speak well, like the late Shah Banon, like Mariam, Vijay Surya. They speak well, a very good speaker, yeah, some of them. And of course, University of Malaya, because they are the earliest university. They are the oldest university, and of course the library school at University of Malaya. You see, because they are research universities, so when they start, they already publish. We are a teaching university, so we have publications, but only now that we are trying to really push. And of course, the other universities and the public libraries, the ministry. And these are all the other institutions. And of course, there are also 55 institutions that only publish once. And the journals in Malaysia, you did ask. Okay. We have Kekal Abadi is a journal by University Malaya. So they publish a lot of their own work there. Okay. And then followed by the journal by the National Library of Malaysia. They have a journal. It's called, I've published in Sekitar Perpustakaan, but that was the question. Remember, somebody asked me, peer review, it means how many people review. The problem is that we look at the editorial board, it was only people from the National Library. So it's not easy to say it's peer review. It's only come from one institution. So of course you have the Malaysian Journal of Library and Information Science. In 2005 they are still new, but they are very productive. And then that's why I asked what happened to Asian libraries. I don't know what happened to Asian libraries.
library.
Yeah, because I was appointed once as contributing editor. Of course, no money, but I got also some things published there. But now I don't know what happened. I have not seen Jeffy for a long, long time. But I have to confess, I think because I had some disagreement with him. Because I think he's a businessman and I'm an academic. So he's so money conscious, and I think I disagree with certain things, about these things, So I think we parted that way. I mean, I still talk if I see him, but I mean, he thought he was doing me a favor by putting my name as contributing editor. Of course, I do need it, but but I feel that I must also uplift certain sense of responsibility, as someone in the field, I cannot just agree with everything. Okay, and of course we do publish in Libri and all these journals, international cataloging and all this, and a lot of these other international review on children's literature, library. I remember, I had one article there, because I was with one German library, so I published something. Yeah. Okay, and I think apart from you have all these journals, I like what UC Malaya is doing, and I think I want to highlight, because now Malaysia has set up its own citation center. So my professor, I was asked by the deputy whether I want a job there. But I said, do I really want to work with my former supervisor, knowing that she's so hardworking? And they have got the money and they got the approval from the Ministry of Higher Education, because we want we want to know Malaysian publication citation in the world, in the world map, so she started it off by just as a project, a project in her university, because she was lucky. She is in the Faculty of Computer Science, and they have a lot of people, artificial intelligence people, that can. So she came up with this Malaysian abstracting indexing system. You see, what you want to do, if you want it to be indexed, the problem is that you have to send your article you publish, you have to tell them or send to them so that they can index, and then so that it will be cited, and they have these crawlers or what they can, and it will crawl to all these databases, and they can inform you your article has been cited by other people. See, that's nice, right? So it is an open access web based. You can go in, provide access to abstract and full text literature published in Malaysian journals and conference proceedings in science technology. In some cases, this system also provides full text access to scholarly articles published in journals as well as a conference proceeding published in Malaysia or abroad. It's non-profit making. Okay. The last time I spoke to her, I said, Prof. Zainab, can I put everything into my eyes? She said, can. Do it yourself. I got no time for you. I'm busy now. I haven't got the time because I need to discuss, how. So you can go, and then it relies on the voluntary formulation academics, but I don't know whether they will accept foreign. But if you publish in Malaysian journals, they will index it. So I know it's just get me 10-15 more minutes. Let me finish this. Because I think it's nice, it's good for them to see all this. See? So it's very nice. I just went to it to you. See, you can, this one, and then you can go browse by author, statistics, top journal cited, top author cited, okay. Like you see top article cited. It's not that much, but you see there? You see? And so let's say I look for the word Muhammad Sharif. Yeah? I have 7 citations. So I can be a professor now. Professor Chutema. Yes.
And we celebrate your promotion. Let's come to Thailand. Our doctoral student will celebrate your promotion.
You see? And actually,
Actually, Google Scholar can also.
yes.
You can.
And if I want to look, I want to know. See, but I also made a mistake. I did not submit things in. This is my supervisor's work and mine. But those that I did not do with her is not there. It's not here. So I should have sent it to her. Like for example, you see, this is Said. There is Saad. So let's say if I want to look for my name.
Articles in English or
English and Malay.
both.
English and Malay. Yeah? I have 22 items. I'm professor now. And I was so happy to look at the index. I said, I used to go and look at scope. Oh, got 1, got 2, But, this is, so when I want to go for promotion, I said, go to my eyes. My work is there. See? But, these are, so it's like, it's nice to see. And the most important, I was happy, and so many things that I can get from by author, by title, by journals, okay, Malaysian journals, and I know and I know my work is being read by other people. You can just go to the site, and just when it first started, I always like to go a few days, Now after a long time before I came here, okay, there's an increase of usage. But no, then after that I kept thinking, why I never send, my other work, to be indexed. Because it is linked to all these scopers, to all these things. And it's, it's something Malaysian, and probably they will do something better because they have now got a place in Putrajaya where the citation center, for Malaysia will be there. And she's working with people in the Ministry of Higher Education. I told the deputy director, I want to be the director, I want to be the boss. But they said, Prof. Zainab is the director, so where are we going to put her? I said, okay, now I wait until she really want to retire. Then I come. It is that you can, and I wanted to share with you Malaysian, this is my eyes, okay. So it's I was afraid, and there are also, if you go, there are some PDF articles, and then you can just download and read. And I think this is a very good access for people who want to read works of Malaysian authors. And this one is not only library science. She did it because she's from computer science. She put even the computer papers. You should go in and check anything interesting for you all. System papers. Okay. This is the journal I'm talking about, the Malaysian Journal of Library and Information Science. Okay. It used to be published once, and then twice printed, and now it is online. Okay, it's published by the Faculty of Computer Science and Information UCM Malaya. Okay, the journal published originally research article in the field of library and information science, as well as related domain. Okay, this is the most important for everybody. The journal is being indexed and abstracted by Social Science Index, ISI, Scopus, LISA, Library Information Science Abstract, Journal of Academic Librarianship. It has an impact factor of 0.5, ranked 44 out of 65 library and information. Yes. So when I talk about my work in my university, I say, oh, I also publish in this journal, local journal, which is, indexed by ISI and Scopus, impact factor of 0.533. I said, they say, oh, okay. I said, what are you trying to do now? I said, oh, I'm giving you compliment. They said,
quarterly or
this is what? Yeah,
quarterly?
it's 3 times a year. It's what? Yeah, quarterly. Yeah. You can. I saw some Thai authors, 1 or 2, not that many. Yes, it's this one. Okay, or you can choose the list I gave you. Yeah. And this is the journal. There, this is the journal.
You are editor?
No, they promised me that I will be editor one day.
Okay.
But I wasn't really that interested because, I don't know about you guys in Thailand, but in Malaysia, where we have like 3 library schools, certain things that we compete, certain things that we share. So sometimes, I can understand if they don't put me, but I have my supervisor, I have my colleagues that they always say, you want to publish, but I make a rule to myself, like once a year I will, send something, like I say, like I say, this is 20. The last one I published was long time ago. So let's see, how long? Let's see. I think I have something in volume 14. No. Okay. Okay. I had one in volume 14. I had 3 or 4 here. So you see, I got as I cited so many already. It's just a trick actually. So like this was so like I say, so this is the index, and then you can just download it. So an investigation of information seeking behavior of computer science and information and qualitative approach. This has been read by all over the world. I get emails from this. Yeah. Even the one on my internet, the one internet study also, I think I got it published here because I don't remember. That was long time ago because I was still doing my PhD that time. See, you have people, Shaheen from Nanyang, Philip Haider from Australia, from India, of course. A lot from India. There, see? At that time, I was a student, and she favors me. She put my article number 1. Number 1, you see? Now I will go to number 2, number 3, number 6, because I'm not in UM anymore. But you must also understand, so there, and I have a name there, of course. Just the internet. I also presented this paper in Brunei. I know Sarisa is showing the time. Okay. Yeah, but I just wanted your student. And I think what you can do, Chutima, you all can have your own journal and get it indexed. And of course, the PPM journal. You can read the slides. I would like to invite you to publish. You can send your article to these people and CC to me.
Okay.
If not, they will shred your paper. I don't know. Because I used to tell people, I think my paper went into the shredder because they don't know me. And of course, this is my faculty's journal. The journal is bilingual, English, Malay, but it came out 5 years ago, then only coming out again. I was very unhappy about it. Then I became deputy dean. The decan knocked my head, I knocked their head. You know, it's like a merry-go-round, everything. You know, it's like you say, you volunteer for this work. I would rather write and send it to be published somewhere else. Now we have to work for it, you know. It's not easy. And you can send to the editor, who is my downline. He doesn't listen to me, I will shoot him. He's one of the head of programs. I finished, but so I think I won't talk about the research grants. I have the slides, but I did not print it out. But I just wanted to share the work with you. Perhaps just give me 5 minutes. Okay. Oh, my God! I took out the. Because I did not get permission to, you know, to. You see, when you want to do it very fast, they don't want. No, not in the. Oh, this one. Okay, this one. We have a research institute just like any other in university, and I, as the deputy dean of research, I represent the faculty in all the many meetings. So it's called RMI, Research and Industrial Linkages and so on. So I just wanted to share with you all the 2010-2001 target and so on. Actually, we have this fundamental research grant from the Ministry of Higher Education, and in fact in 2010 we are very proud that we received a budget of 21 million. Not to my faculty, to the whole university, and my faculty get some. Okay, of course the engineering, medical, you know, they get more. Okay, and this was the different grants. We have the fundamental research grant. Okay, we also receive grants from eScience, and we also receive the Excellent Fund. Excellent Fund is very little. 5 million is for new lecturers. You see, in my universities, in order to be confirmed, you must do a research. So we give 5,000, 10,000 ringgit, you know, for research for these new lecturers. So we have also received grant. Out of total grant that we receive, 60% is from that fundamental Ministry of Higher Education. We also receive from institutions, from private and also governmental agencies to do research for them. So that is what I want to share with you. And we have this excellent fund for the new lecturers. Okay, but actually now for this research grant for PhDs, they can apply for this grant. So like my PhD candidate, I apply the grant for them. So in fact, by using that grant, I can help them by paying certain things for them. So that is the move in the. I think, is it the same in Thailand now? You can do that, right? But we also get private grants, yeah. Like very easy. My boss signed 10,000. I signed nothing. Still have to go for meetings. Yeah. So it's we do get, you know, about 35 million of grants from international and industrial sector. Actually, 35 million is very small. Don't compare us with University Science Malaysia. You see Malaysia, they get 200 million. They get 300 million a year because the industry trusts them. We are just starting. So these are the, I just want to, and now actually, we started to have this community of research, this one, that, we want to be in this group, forensic science, and like us, we are in this humanities, and this one. So, and trying to link with international people in getting more grants. So I think I will stop there because just here we see talk about citation, it's very important for the university now.
Yes.
So
Do you have the handouts for that?
I cannot give to because it does not belong to me.
Okay.
That's the thing. Like the one I say thank you, Prof. Dr. Rosna, and I ask permission.
Okay.
This man is very cranky.
Okay.
But I just wanted to share actually. Okay.
Yeah,
Wanted to compare whether it's the same with Thailand. Yeah. But we are still, according to our deputy assistant vice chancellor of research, we are still 2-star. We have to chase to get the 5, at least to be in the 4 stars, not 5-star, 4-star. Okay. So I think I will end it here. I'm so sorry that we don't have the time. No, we have the time, but we have to do other things. I hope our 1.5 days encounter have benefited everybody here somehow. Okay, you have my emails. You have my email, right? Okay, I can give you my card.
Okay. I will give tomorrow.
No, I can give them my cards.
Oh, you have?
I have my. Can I take this thing out?
Okay. So now our
Yeah.
students.
I think I have enough cards.
Yeah. Okay. So now it's time for my students to say something. Okay. Sorry, my students will
Okay.
appreciate. Okay, please. He's a leader of the group. For now, one. Sorry? One for now.
Oh, one card. Okay.
To represent the PhD student, group 2 of the information science of the Sukhothai Thammathira University, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, Associate Professor Dr.
Sharif.
Sharif, sorry, for your value knowledge to share to us, and then we hope that we will have chance to keep contact you and then ask for your advice in the future. And we really appreciate for your time and your contribute for our program. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Yeah.
So, in the name of the faculty, we have some small souvenir book. Even
thank
it is
you.
in Thai, but that's
Okay.
the abstract in English. This is in occasion of 20 years of
Thank you.
information science. 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So once again, thank you. So I give you. Have I given you all of you? No. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Sharif,
much.
once again. Let's
Yeah.
everybody give him a big hand.
Namkit has my card, right? Okay. Okay. And you can share, right? I hope so. I have 3.